Hey, 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 welcome to the Rich Girl Era, and this is our third episode. In the last episode, we talked about saving money and how time is literally money. And as promised, today we are going to be talking about a man whose time is probably worth more per second than my entire month mortgage, Mukesh Ambani. Now, if you were anywhere near the internet in mid 2024, you definitely saw him everywhere. Around July 2024, Mukesh Ambani and his wife Neeta Ambani hosted what can only be described as the Met Gala, Coachella, and a royal wedding, all having a baby for their son Anand Ambani wedding. 6 days, international celebrities, private jets flying in like it was Uber pool, and at that point, it wasn't even a wedding anymore. It was a global economic event. So, let's rewind. Who is this man? Who is Mukesh Ambani? As of December 2025, his net worth sits at around 113 billion US dollars. Yes, billion with a capital B. He's the richest person in Asia and roughly the 16th richest person in the world. Casual. He's the chairman and managing director of Reliance Industries, which is basically a company that said, why pick one industry when we can own energy, telecom, retail, media, and half of the India's internet? But here's the thing. This is not a classic rags to riches story. Mukesh Ambani didn't start from zero. His father, Dhirubhai Ambani, founded Reliance back in 1966, starting small, hustling hard, and building one of the India's richest business empire from scratch. So no, Mukesh didn't inherit nothing, but let's talk about what people love to forget. Inheritance does not guarantee intelligence. Inheritance does not guarantee success, and it definitely does not guarantee vision. Plenty of people inherit businesses and absolutely fumble them. And this is where I want to pause for a second. Most of us listening right now are not millionaires. I am not, you might not be, but everyone starts somewhere, just a different starting line. The point isn't where you start, it's whether you take one step further from where you are. Mukesh Ambani could have easily said, cool, business inherited, let's retire early, travel the world, and chill. But he didn't. When he was young, his father fell seriously ill while Mukesh was still studying. Mukesh dropped out of university to step in and take over the responsibility. He didn't just inherit the business, he worked for it. And that tells you something about his mindset. Now, quick context because I'm not here for the family drama. Dhirubhai Ambani didn't leave a will. There was a family split. Mukesh and his brother Anil ended up running different parts of the empire after their mother stepped in to divide things. We are not going to get into feuds, gossip, or scandal, but here's what is interesting. Both brothers inherited wealth, only one multiplied it exponentially. Same father, same inheritance, same starting line. Very much different outcomes. And that brings me to one of my favorite reminders: there is no deadline. I always think about the story my husband tells me. Colonel Sanders, the KFC guy, the man didn't really hit success until retirement age. So, honestly, what's the rush? Mukesh Ambani's story isn't rags to riches. It's a story of taking what you're given and playing the game better than anyone else. And no, this episode is not about copying Reliance Jio or launching a telecom company tomorrow. Family can own three helipads, a 27-floor house, a six-story garage, and a literal snow room in Mumbai. We can probably learn something from how they think. So, let me start with a quote because I'm a big quote person. Dream big. If you focus on the goal, you will overcome all obstacles. But if you focus on obstacles, you will never reach your goal. Let that sink in. Now, let me tell you a story. Not advice, not a lesson, just a story. Before Mukesh Ambani became one of the most powerful men in the world, there was his father, Dhirubhai Ambani. Dhirubhai didn't inherit wealth, he inherited curiosity. As a young man, he worked overseas in Yemen, starting as a petrol pump attendant and commodity trader. He dealt in things like yarn and spices, and while he worked, he observed how trade worked, how goods were priced, how perception influenced value, and how money actually moved. There's a famous story about him. He once realized that melting silver and reshaping it was more profitable than the coin itself. The raw material was worth more than the value society assigned to it. And that moment taught him something powerful. Value isn't fixed, value is created. That mindset built Reliance. And even as he became wealthy, Dhirubhai was intentional about how he raised his children. Mukesh didn't grow up disconnected from reality. Public transport, ordinary routines, and seeing how regular people lived. Not to make life hard, but to build perspective. Because money isn't magic, it's responsibility. Mukesh grew up watching decisions made under pressure risk, criticism, long term thinking. Then Dhirubhai passed away and everything changed. The business split, the pressure increased, the spotlight intensified. There was noise, but Mukesh Ambani did something very simple. He worked, he stayed late, he focused on execution, he didn't let personal conflict interfere with professional discipline. While people talked, he built. Reliance was public, expanded aggressively, entered telecom in a way no one expected. When Reliance Jio launched cheap internet, it wasn't just smart business, it was almost philanthropic. He didn't just make money, he changed how an entire country connects, learns, and does business. So, let's break this down. Learning 1. Focus decides outcomes. If you focus on the goal, you'll overcome obstacles. Mukesh focused on execution, not noise. Learning 2. Hard work still matters. There is no substitute for hard work. Aim to be the best, not just in India, but in the world. This is one of his quotes. Money didn't remove effort, it just changed where the effort went. Learning 3. Value is created, not given. Dhirubhai understood it with silver. Mukesh applied it at scale. Learning 4. Move quietly before you become visible. Mukesh didn't build loudly, he built credibility first. Personal brand isn't aesthetic, it's results. Learning 5. Confidence matters more than validation. When the country doubted him, he trusted his vision. Learning 6. Wealth creates comfort, influence creates power. When the global leaders and celebrities show up for your personal events, that's not luxury, that's influence. Money buy access once, influence makes people stay. And finally, learning 7. Legacy isn't announced, it's trained. Mukesh didn't declare successors, he prepared them. His children are already in managing positions, making decisions, and being accountable. That's not nepotism, that's preparation. Now, we have to talk about the wedding. Not Mukesh Ambani's wedding, his son's wedding. Because when your guest list looks like Forbes list collided with Coachella, you have entered a different tax bracket of life. Shah Rukh Khan dancing like it's a movie climax. Justin Bieber performing like it's Casual Tuesday, and the Kardashians showing up in Indian outfits like we understood the assignment. This wasn't a wedding, It was a message. Money makes people attend, influence makes people perform. And the house? Mukesh Ambani doesn't live in a house, he lives in a vertical city. A building so tall, even Google Maps probably asks, "Are you sure this is residential?" And here's the irony: the loudest symbol of success came from the quietest, most disciplined journey. No viral moments, no shortcuts, just consistency. So, here's your rich girl era takeaway. You don't need to start from zero. You don't need to start rich. You just need to start from where you are and take it one level further. Build first, move quietly, let the results speak so loudly that one day the whole world shows up, even if it's just for a wedding. That's it for episode 3. I have something really interesting planned for the next episode, so I'll see you there.